for those of us avidly waiting for Elon Musk to take the reins of Twitter, it's emotionally, it's an emotional thing to watch this back and forth between Elon and Twitter, because Elon Musk, of course, he signed this agreement, this acquisition, this merger agreement with Twitter. The Twitter board said, okay, cool, thumbs up, you can acquire us. And then Elon said, but wait a second, I think you're giving me the wrong information. I think you're lying, because you say that less than 5% of active users on Twitter are bots, are robots. And Elon said, I don't think that's true. And if it's not true, then your valuation, the amount I agreed to pay you, is incorrect, because you're giving value to bots as if they're real people. And Twitter's been super shady about this, super vague. They're obviously lying about how many active users are actually bots. They won't give him the data. And so Elon said, okay, I'm not going to go through with this. I want to cancel the deal. And he actually is willing to walk away. He said he was walking away. And so Twitter, in response to this, hired a bigwig law firm that specializes in merger law. And they say they're going to sue Elon Musk and force him to go through with this merger because he'd already agreed on it. And Elon said, bring it on. Go ahead and sue me. And a lot of the headlines that you'll see are saying, the deal is off. Elon Musk is no longer going to buy Twitter. It's just going to spiral, go down the chute in a bunch of legalities, a bunch of litigation. And I actually think that that's wrong. I think that this deal will still go through. I think Elon Musk will acquire Twitter. And the reason for that is that Twitter is obviously lying. They are obviously not being honest about the number of bots that are on their service and the percentage of their total user base that are real people versus bots. They're obviously lying about this. So I don't even think that this is going to go to court. I don't think that this will be litigated. I think that this was a negotiating tactic on Twitter's part to hire this law firm and to announce publicly that they've hired this law firm. But I am not convinced that this will ever actually be litigated, because since Twitter is obviously lying, what do they not want? They don't want their lying to be exposed. And if this actually does go to court, then Elon Musk will be granted discovery. And in discovery, it will be discovered that Twitter is lying here. So I'm not convinced that this is actually going to go to court. I consider this to be a very small bump in the road. When Elon said that he wanted to acquire Twitter, and then Twitter board went back and forth a little bit, they tried to prevent it, but then they agreed on it because it's their fiduciary duty. I knew that there would be something that happened between now and October, which is the deadline for this acquisition to go through. I knew there would be something that would happen that would be a bump in the road, that would be a hurdle to overcome. And if this is it, if this little fight, this little back and forth is it, then it's really not that big of a deal. Because maybe to us, as everyday Americans, the idea of a lawsuit, of someone hiring a law firm, of going to court seems like the end of something. This is an enormity. But in the corporate world, this is just like what you do on a Friday. You take somebody to court. This is just how you negotiate and how you hammer out, especially high dollar business deals. This is actually no big deal in corporate America. And the negotiation tactic that Elon Musk used, saying, I'll walk away, I don't want this anymore, that is a negotiation tactic. It's actually a very powerful negotiation tactic. It's one that Donald Trump used a lot and that he was very successful using. An actual willingness to walk away makes it not a bluff when you say, okay, well, I'm not going to do this deal unless you adhere to some of the standards that I want in this deal. And Elon Musk, this is, in my opinion, a negotiating tactic by Elon Musk. And I think Elon actually confirmed this, because on Twitter this week, after he said he wasn't going to buy Twitter, that he was backing out, and Twitter announced that they were going to sue him to try to force him to go through with it, he posted this meme. It's a meme of his own face, and the meme says, "They said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court." And obviously the trajectory of the meme is his face laughing harder and harder and harder. This was 3D chess. Elon just outmaneuvered Twitter. It just hasn't come fully to fruition here. Elon posted another meme. It's a picture of Chuck Norris, and the tweet underneath it says, "Chuckmate." Elon knew what he was doing all along, and this acquisition will still go through.